All right, welcome back. Continuing saving. I had paused the video and I had accidentally stopped recording. So maybe I can put these two videos together. I'll just keep them separate. In the last video, we were trying to get to save, and I came in across a problem with saving the dictionaries. And so going to where we kind of left off, it does not XML does not want to serialize dictionaries. So one thought I could do is I could create a class for every different object I want to save. So do like a public class, build data. Um, Oops. So it would be like public class build data, and then in our build data we would keep the int, um, like the build prefab. We keep all that information here. I mean, yeah, we'd do that. We have a int or a float. And then in our inside of our savable data, we would set this. So instead of returning a dictionary, we wouldn't even return a dictionary. We'd probably return a build data. We would just say, actually, what would we do? We would save a we would save a build data. Try and think about this build data. Hmm. Um, Anyways, this is what I'm going to do. Well, I might come to it, I might do it, but what I'm going to try to do is go to our save all data and see if we can have a function that can um, take this and create what we need to create. I don't know if I like that. Let's just do the let's go back to the public build data. Whoops, public class. And then here we're going to have a int build ID and a float x float y. So everything that we want to store in here, up here at the top, we're going to have a public build data. And call it build data. Used for saving the data. All right. So we no longer want this here. And we want this to be void. And go back to our this. We just want two voids, I think. Okay. Let's go to our buildings. Just delete all this. And delete all this. All right. So in our save data, we want to say our build ID, build data dot build ID is equal to, okay, these need to be public. Build ID is equal to our build prefab ID. And here, let's do prefab. We need to use this to when we load the data and we have to create the building. It needs that ID number. And then we want build data dot x is equal to transform position dot x, and then build data dot y. This will actually probably be better. Okay, so that saves it. Now to load it, we kind of do what we did before. Build data. Sorry. We went build prefab ID is equal to build data dot build prefab ID, and then we want we want to do the transform dot position dot is equal to a new vector. This is going to set the position based on our build ID, our build data dot x, comma, build data dot y. All right, now in our save all data, here we were saving a dictionary. Now we're just going to save a list of building IDs. Build datas. Why not? It's right here. Let me save it. Public class build data. Why can't it get this? Do I have to say building? That build data, I guess. How can I not have it do that? Oh, you know what? Because I put it inside of it. Let me put it on the outside of it. And go back to here and change that. All right, so now this is going, and we're going to say new list. I wonder if this didn't work because I didn't. Well, I'm going to do it this way, and maybe off screen I'll test out using a dictionary with something else. But let's just do this for now. Let me go to my iSaveable, or not my save manager. So now we want to just save all data, dictionaries. It's called, we want to do a plural, buildings. Let's go back to our, change that to an S. And so we are saving the data. No, we want this, build data. Okay. But before we do that, we want to say building dot save data. Let's save it. Test this out. Let's run it. Do we have a building? We should. Let me click save. All right, invalid something something. Um, do we have to? Do I have to do this? XML serializer. Okay, I think at the top I do need to have an XML root, and we're going to call this save data. Do I need something here? Mm, I do not know. Map manager. No. Save all data. I'm just click save. All right, let me just see if I can figure this out really quick. I'll be right back. All right, so I figured out what was the problem. The problem is you can't do elements. You just do these kinds of tags, the XML array, so buildings, and then XML array list or item, which is building, and then you do this list. I'm still kind of curious whether I could do this with a dictionary or not. I doubt it, but so that's what I was leaving out, the XML array buildings and the XML array items. I also forgot to, up here, I had to do a new building data, and then with our save load manager, I had to do a new save all data. And it did save the file. So let's see, here's my file. And you can see here's the buildings, and then here's one building is all this. So this file is going to get pretty large, I would imagine. But yeah, we got all those things. Now, let's see. Let's just test it where we have more than one building. All right, let's build a building. All right, he's sleeping. I'm going to be changing the AI, so I don't want to go too much into the saving yet, especially since I plan on changing the way the villagers kind of work. Um, we might save some of the data with the villagers. Okay, so now we got two buildings. Let me save it. and okay, so there you go. It updated it. We have building. Now it did not, it did the correct location, but it's saving the wrong ID. And that's because I need to go into the, let's see, go to those prefabs and change this to build. This needs to be prefab 1, and this needs to be prefab 2. All right, so that should work. Let me just get a save. All right, here we go. Falling asleep. Yeah, I'm going to change the AI. I've been looking into something called goal oriented action something. Goal oriented. Um, anyways, for the AI, but we'll work on that down the road. All right, let's go to our text file. See if. All right, there we go. So we got that. We got the location. Now let's try to load this. So if I go to my buildings, actually not the buildings, but the save data. Sorry, save load manager. That's the one. We want to change this to save data, and this is going to be save data. So now this will, sorry, this will now get it all that information. So now what we need to do is add the stuff from the data. And this is where it gets a little tricky. Now I could do this all in here. I could do this in here. I think I'm going to do it in this right here. So we're going to do a private void set data. And so I'm going to put this in here now so I don't forget, because you know how I do that. Technically, we don't have to do it there. We could actually, this loads, this will load it and put it all in our save. Actually, we got to change this too. We don't want to serialize it. We want to say save all data is equal to serializer dot deserialize from the stream, and that's it. And then we can get rid of this. And we want to say as a save data. Oops, not that one. This one. All right, then in our set data, we want to create all the buildings. So for each building, each build data in building, in save all data dot buildings. And yes, this is the part that you know you have to do. You have to create all these objects now, and so you got to loop through your data and set up everything. So we're going to do What are we going to do? uh, so, yeah. So I want to use this map manager dot instance dot create. You know what? Let's just, we need a building num, so we're going to say building data dot prefab, and we need a location, new vector 2, and we want to give it the build data dot x build data dot y. Now, all right. So what's the problem? This is all a big problem. We want to say int dot parse no, no. New vector 2. Okay, I'm still using this. I'm going to convert these to integers. All right, let's save it and let's test this out. Let's go to here and just change this to L, and let's do load. Um, Now let's just pause this for a sec. I'm going to find this storehouse. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to go to my map manager and go all buildings. And I'm going to remove that all buildings. Now our grid, that's probably not what I should have done, but this probably won't work. Let me just load it. Whoa, it did work. It did, but it didn't. It did load it. It did create them. It did add them to the all buildings. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. What didn't work about it? And it actually added all the interactables here. The only thing that didn't work is notice our grid. And this is what I thought would, when I delete this, notice our grid wasn't set. So maybe I need to do set map manager. Hold on. Let's go to this create building thing. Go to definition. Okay, why are we not? We are saying it here. Temp building width, height, true. That's interesting. Building num creates this building based upon that. Gets that temp location. Building grid set. Did I have any errors when I? No errors. Why did it not set the grid when I created the building? Let me try loading it without deleting that. Okay. Why is my scrolling not working? Why is it? Why am I not scrolling this way now? Hmm. Come on. I zoomed in. Oh, I'm zoomed in. That's why. Okay. Uh, so why, when I load it, it's not saying that grid? Okay. It's cool though. They're using the building. The AI is going to sleep. They're making babies. So it's kind of cool. I just need to figure out setting the grid. All right, we're going to put a stop in the video. Hopefully, sorry that I had to do like the two kind of videos. One where I first just kind of set it up and I ran into some issues and then me fixing it. But we do have saving, we do have loading. You can see what the system's going to be like. I think I'll in the next video I will do some more saving. I will get like the blueprint saved, the resources saved. We also need to um, like when I load it, if you look carefully, we actually have two storehouses. So when I load, I actually need to kind of delete everything. And so we'll tackle that in our next episode. Thanks again for watching.